Hello friends, this is Durga from IT Varsity. So let's whoever is joining through Hangout, if you guys want to join the WebEx invitation or WebEx meeting which is going on, the link is already provided here. You just click on that and then you can be part of WebEx and you can directly interact with me. So far we have Prabhu and Pramod. Yeah, Prabhu, nice to meet you. I think this is the first time you are joining this session. Provided here, you just click on that and then you can be part of WebEx. 1 minute. And you can directly interact with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Prabhu. Can you introduce yourself and let's get started.
Yeah, basically, I'm not a full-time student, but I'm doing some part-time with a couple of things, in one of the universities in University of Phoenix, as well as I'm also doing a certificate kind of a course in Divergence Academy, which is basically based out of Dallas, Texas, and I'm already kind of doing a lot of proof of concepts for some of the open source technologies, and I just want to make sure I go deep into some of the other people who worked on these topics and make sure I learn more. There's nothing it's the learning is a constant process. Just that's why that made your presentation is interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so I know Shravan, he is very good friend of mine. And if you go to Divergence Academy website, you will see my picture also.
Okay, because I go on and off, but they're trying to get into some data science, which I need to speak to him on that as well. So
Okay. So this session is primarily for MS students. Means anyone can be part of it, but this session is primarily for MS students who are following my course called Big Data Engineer Immersion course. So I published a course, this course around 6 weeks back, and there are two streams going on right now. One is live class, which is paid, and all working professionals, approximately 15 of them have signed up, and in parallel my idea is to train these MS students or even engineering students who are in the final couple of years, start from basics of big data, and by the time they come out of college, they are they are prepared for the roles which are getting popular these days, like big data engineer, cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, etc. So those students, they spend 3 to 5 hours whenever they have time. They try to learn, and if they have any questions, this is one weekly hangout where they can hop on and they can ask any questions related to that big data engineer immersion course.
Okay.
So as part of the course, let me share the screen here. These are the topics which are covered. I'm not keen on data science. I'm more of a technology guy. From technology perspective, we are planning to cover cloud, DevOps, big data, and even full stack development, either mean or LAMP, or Java J2E, whatever it is. So I'm trying to partner with a few folks who are very senior and subject matter experts and still hands-on, and I'm trying to come up with a content so that we can build a free one-stop shop to learn any technologies. Whatever you said, that continuous learning, we want to provide it for free or at very low cost, so that no one have any hiccups due to the cost before they start. And also our training approach is either certification oriented or framework oriented or job role oriented. We will not teach one particular technology. Means as a module of a major course, there can be scenarios where we will publish a particular course on a particular technology, but our approach is at much higher level. We want to build a course either on job role level, or certification level or framework level. So if you let me review my big data engineer course. So this is the course. means the way I have designed this course is I have done some research on dice and go through the big data engineer job description, and then I try to, means if you complete this course and if you go and search for big data engineer in dice, you pick up any job title, it will cover at least 70% of any job requirement with title big data engineer in dice. So that's the approach we want to take. We want to similarly build courses on cloud, DevOps, etc. Yeah. So what are your plans? Means, are you planning to learn some big data stuff? Or are you primarily looking for data science?
No, they both are interconnected. No, I'm interested in both of them.
Okay.
I just thought I found a meetup, named yours. Then there's a, if you tell me that, if you tell me this is only for, thought I found a meetup, named yours. Then there's a, if you tell me that, if you tell me this is only for, it's playing back.
Yeah. Someone, let me mute some guys. 1 minute, okay? Yeah, now it is better.
It's playing back.
Yeah, and it's infinite loop. It's getting into infinite loop.
Oh, infinite loop, I know. So what I'm thinking is, since I thought, since this is, I found you in meetup, so just wanted to see what is it about. And if you tell me that it is purely for MS students only, then probably I can get out from here. So
yeah, so not a problem. You can be here. Means if you have any questions, you can ask. And also, so as of now, there is a paid course going on, which will be done in a couple of weeks, and my next paid course will start from January. Okay. But that being said, whatever I'm covering as part of those courses is already available online. You can go through it. You can start learning, and if you have any questions, you can hop onto this and come up with the technical questions. Or whenever I run these free courses, also I actually stream in a Hangout, but I will not take any questions. As part of the streaming, I will take only questions from my students. So that's why there are two sets of meetups. If you go to meetup.com, there are one for active students, one for which is broadcasted on big data, so that people watch my content, and if they like to be part of the live course, they can be part of the next session. That's why I stream everything. Okay. So you can still start exploring. Means if you have any means you can start learning. You will have complete content starting from setting up the development environment, HDFS, MapReduce overview. If you want to get deep into MapReduce, there are references in this. So you just have to get started with this, and if you have any questions, you can either come to this session or you can even email me. I'm planning to set up forums so that people can discuss in the forums also, so that I will not become bottleneck. So it's up to you. Okay. Anyway, let me talk to the other students, and we'll get back. If you still want to be online, and if you have any questions, you can ask me once I go through the other students. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Hey Pramod.
Hi sir.
So how are you?
Sir, I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, sir. So this week I've been little busy with the certification preparation actually. So I thought of giving it today itself, but I was a little not sure with Hive basically.
Okay. So what are the questions you have in Hive?
Yeah. So I have like a list of questions, sir.
Okay.
Sir, so they have told that they'll like I have read many experiences, and they have told that they'll be asking for 3 Hive questions. Like for 3 Hive questions. So what will be, like what can we expect in that, sir? Like
So if you go through the curriculum, right? If you go to the curriculum, it says data analysis using Hive, Impala, and Avro. And
Yes, sir.
I'm sharing my screen. You can see it here. Okay.
Yeah.
So what they are saying is, the first one is read and or create a table in the Hive metastore in a given schema. Okay, which means that you should be able to create tables
Okay, sir.
in Hive. So
Okay, sir. So
they will not, they are not emphasizing on SQL anywhere in the entire certification. They are only asking to create a table in the Hive metastore. So you should know ctask create table as select command. Okay.
Okay.
Probably they might ask simple transformation, and you might have to create table out of the existing table.
Okay.
And that is one thing. And another, so this one is purely Avro, extract and
Yes,
Avro
sir.
schema. It's pretty straightforward if you go to the videos. And
Yes, sir.
the third one is create a table in the Hive metastore using the Avro file format and external schema file, which means that they're asking you to create an external table using Avro file format.
Yes, sir.
And then you should be familiar with how to partition the tables. That's it.
Sir, so in partitions, so will like most of your examples have been using dates.
Mm-hmm.
So like normally on what other columns do we partition, sir? I'm not sure.
So
Like what can be the questions? Like what
so
kind of?
if you see bucketing is another type of partitioning. You have to prepare bucketing also to be safer side.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And in that I am giving example of order ID. I'm not giving the date.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if we have a denormalized table, for example, if we go to the data model, let me go to the data model here. One minute, I need to get the actual link for the data model.
The photo, sir.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
So if you look into this data model, this is the normalized data model. You have departments as parent table, then categories, then products, then order items. Okay. So sometimes we want to build the reports based on product or based on category or based on department. Okay.
Yes,
So like for date we have daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. Similarly, for products and product category department, you can generate revenue based on product. You can generate revenue based on product category. You can generate report based on department. Okay.
yes.
So you for these things, there will be one denormalized dimension table. Okay. And that denormalized dimension table will have product ID, associated product category ID, and department ID. There will be one table, means when it comes to dimensional modeling, all these three tables will be denormalized into one table. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now when you actually have a fact table out of this one, and if you want to generate reports on category, okay, or products or department, so in this case you can create a partition either on department or categories or products. It depends upon the performance. So most likely we will start with department at higher level. Then if we want to create nested partitions, we'll create partitions on categories, then products. So this is another example. So the fact table will have three fields: which department it belong to, which categories it belong to, which products it belong to. If you want to, or one minute, it might not have all the three fields. It will have one of the field using which probably it will most likely have the product ID to begin with. Okay. we might want to partition based on the product IDs. If you want to address the performance, and if you want to remove the product ID and have category ID, and if you want to generate reports on the category ID, then the partition can be on the category ID. So typically, even hello, are you there? So typically, the partitioning will be happening on the dimension field. So I took the example of date. That's why I'm partitioning using order month. So in certification, it doesn't matter. You just have to understand the syntax. For string, you will put double quote. For means date is also a string. There is a string or date, it doesn't matter. You just have to put the double quote when you add the partitions. For numeric values, you shouldn't put the double quotes. That's the only difference. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Say, what are the other questions you have?
Yes, sir. So that one, sir, and also, so they told that in the exam we'll be having access to a CD5 cluster.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, is there anything we have to remember after logging into the cluster? Since we have practiced on Hortonworks, are there any specific paths or something that we have to get used to?
No, nothing. You just have to. It's not about Hortonworks or Cloudera. You should be familiar with the Linux environment. Again, if you go to the certification, if you go here,
Yes.
so the major difference it will make is if you are not familiar with the Linux environment, you will struggle. Okay, they give a remote desktop to Ubuntu or CentOS.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to log into that Ubuntu or CentOS desktop-based environment like the Cloudera Quick Start VM.
Okay.
Okay, it will look like this. The environment will look like this.
Okay,
And then it's a gateway node to the cluster.
cluster.
You can
Okay,
access the cluster from there.
okay.
Okay, so actually it is not the gateway node. It's like your PC to the cluster. Instead of writing from your PC, you have to first log into their remote desktop, and then they will give the details. What is gateway and all those things. Whatever is relevant for your exam, they will give you. So
Okay.
you um, you will get similar environment. If it is CentOS, it will look like this. You need to understand the terminal, and if you are familiar with the Linux-based editors, it will be better rather than VI. If you're not very comfortable with VI, there are other editors too, like gedit, or they will give access to Sublime Text also. So you can open Sublime Text in Linux, and you can open the code snippets or question papers using Sublime Text.
Okay.
Okay, so there might be a directory in the desktop itself, or they might give the path. You have to go to the directory, and then you have to open the file with whatever editor you want. And then when you run, you have to run it from the terminal. You can open as many terminals as you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've also read somewhere online that if they are expecting an output format, our output exactly matches the format slightly after.
Your voice have faded out. Can you repeat that?
Yes, sir. So I have read it online that if like they'll be expecting an output format, and if our answers output format is little off that output format, then the question will be marked as wrong, and we won't be getting points for that.
That is
Is it
correct.
correct, sir?
Yes.
So what kind of so how should we take care of that?
You just have to validate.
Like in Spark and all, so that might be a little problematic.
I didn't get you. So you, I am also not sure. I haven't given the certification exam yet. So I don't think it will be a problem. It should be pretty straightforward. There are 10 questions, 2 hours.
Yes, sir.
You will be getting 3 or 4 scoop questions. I think 3 scoop questions.
Two scoop. You have written two scoop.
No, it depends. You don't take the numbers for granted. They might change. A lot of guys have reported they have got 3 scoop questions and 2 Hive questions too.
Okay, okay.
So it might change, but you can say 2 to 3 scoop, 3 to 4 Spark, 2 to 3 Hive, 1 or 2 on other areas like Avroflume. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So if you have to be make sure you have to validate. You have to make sure how they are expecting the output, and you have to generate the
Okay.
output, and you have to validate. You can use Hadoop fs-tail command. In the end, the data will be in HDFS. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so you should be
Yes,
able to
sir.
validate.
So the question I had was like in Spark Python can have tuples and list, right? So if they're expecting like tuple 1 comma something and if I give list of 1 comma something, then that might be a problem. So I was thinking that way.
No, I don't think they will expect you to write tuples to HDFS. The final output should be in HDFS in the format they are looking for.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It only matters about
Okay.
the final output. They don't care how you are doing internally.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
About the Hive documentation, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So like so I have gone through your videos for like creating Hive command, creating Hive tables and all. So do we? And I've also found out that Hive documentation has this online, and we can access it during the examination.
Yeah.
So you have been like for Scoop you have used the user guide extensively, but for Hive, so what should we use? For Hive user guide? Is there something like that?
So if you scroll down here, they tell whatever documentation they will be providing. So you should focus on this. Okay, when it comes
Okay.
to Hive commands, there is user and Hive SQL documentation.
Yes.
So that is the one which you need to look into. I think as part of the certification, material I have extensively used this one.
I have not come across, sir.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
okay. So this is the material. At least for create table command, I think I have showed the main create table command. So this is the one. I think I have referred this few times.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Just yeah.
So you don't get to this directly. The main the main link is this one. So most likely they will give access to this one. If they give access to this one, you have to click on user and Hive SQL documentation, and then
Yes, sir.
it will look like this.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, also you have posted a video about writing shell scripts for a Scoop and Hive command.
Yeah. No. They will. It's not about writing shell script. It's executing shell scripts. So the reason why I have posted that one is as part of the certification. In the end, you have to execute a shell script. They will give the shell script to you. Everything will be ready. You don't need to write the shell script.
Okay.
Okay. You just have once you prepare the code,
Yes, sir.
the way you have to execute the even they will give the file name. You have to for some of the questions, not for all. For some of the
Yes, sir.
questions, they will give the file names. It will have most of the code. You just have to
Yes,
fill
sir.
the blanks, and then
Okay.
the way you execute is using shell script. The shell script will have the Spark submit or whatever command it is. So once you run
Okay.
it, that Spark submit commit will run, and the program will execute, and the output will be saved if everything is written properly as part of the code.
Okay, okay,
So they don't ask you to write shell script.
okay, okay, okay. Sir, any questions on Impala? They've also mentioned Impala, so
Even though as part of the main section they mentioned Impala, here they did not mention Impala.
yes, sir, yeah.
So the reason why they have mentioned that is Impala and Hive are same from the syntax perspective. The
Okay,
same
sir.
create
Okay,
table command, whatever it runs in the Impala also. The same
yes, sir.
queries, the same Hive queries which you run, they will run in Impala, but the execution is different.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
the
sir.
thing.
Yes, sir. So, sir, and for Flume, should we install anything, sir, or everything is that everything is installed? Like in
One
this, we
minute.
had to install Telnet, right? In Cloudera VM.
And even telnet is not required. You can actually use NC also. Okay, NC,
NC. Okay.
yeah, NC will be available. You don't need,
Okay.
they will not expect you to install anything. Whatever you have to execute, they will provide it to you.
Okay. Okay.
So let me take this question from
Okay, sir.
Tavia on Hangout. Hello, Tavia. So I could not get your question. If you can rephrase that question, or if you can come on to the WebEx, and if you can ask the question, I will be able to answer that question, Tavia. So let me
Sir,
one
okay.
minute, one minute. Let me
Yeah.
paste the URL. You can join this meeting and then you can ask the question. I could not get your question. Yeah, tell me, Pramod.
Yes, sir. Sir, so will you be teaching Kafka, sir,
I
in the big data immersion?
I will cover, even if I could not. I will try. Even if I could not, we'll very soon run a workshop. Means just 1 hour or 2 hour session on Kafka.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. And also, sir, will you be in that big data certification? So the last section is, sorry, big data engineer immersion. The last section is installing clusters.
Yeah.
So is that so? So when is that session going to happen, sir? So
That
I am
will
a little. I was not following that.
that will be the last week.
Okay.
So we have
So
almost 3 weeks to go. Actually, two
3 weeks
weeks
to
and
go.
one class. So last two
Okay.
three classes I will be covering how to set up the cluster.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, so are you planning for any administration courses, sir, after this
Administration course, I
live kind of?
one minute.
Yeah.
Administration, I might do some live classes very soon. So far I'm not doing administration courses live because it is expensive. But
Okay.
a lot of folks are asking. But when I will start, I'm not 100% sure. Uh, ye-
Okay.
um, so I will let you. Means I will broadcast the news, and if you are interested, you can sign up at the time.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But I don't recommend you to get into at your level. I don't recommend you to get into Hadoop administration. Okay,
Okay.
just have the basic knowledge. Rather focus on Amazon EMR and other development areas.
Okay, sir.
You can try setting up cluster once if you have a 16 GB laptop, or if you are ready to spend some money on AWS.
Yes, sir.
But more than administration, you should focus on the development aspects at your level.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah. So just wanted to set up a cluster so that I'll know the like the basics, fundamentals will be little strong.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
fine.
for that.
Okay, so few more people have joined. One more person actually, Shiva. Yeah, if you have any question, you can ask me. If you can hear me. Hello, Shiva. Hello. Hello, Shiva. Can you hear me? Okay, Pramod, you can continue if you have any other question.
Yes, sir. Sir, so are you planning for any meetups or something in December, sir? I'm actually coming to India in December, and I will be in Hyderabad around from like December uh, 22nd, 23rd, and all.
Okay,
We
sure.
can.
We can catch up. Whether I set up meetup or not, we can catch up. Hello, Shiva. Can you mute the? No, not mute. I'm hearing a lot of echo. Hello, Shiva. Hello, Shiva. Are you there? I cannot hear you. Hey, Shiva. If you have any questions, let me know. If this is the first time, this session is primarily for MS students who are following my big data courses, and if they have any clarifications, they can seek as part of this session. If you are speaking, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, I don't have any question. I'm just listening what you're trying to say.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Pramod, go ahead. We will definitely try to meet. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can. If you can share your address, I can come over and meet, or if we can decide some place to meet.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Uh, and also, sir, are you take? I have. You had one meetup, right? So, are you planning for any meetups, sir, in Hyderabad?
Yes, sir, I am planning. I am planning to conduct few meetups.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, I have like some of my friends in Hyderabad. They're interested in big data, so I'll tell them to attend it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, few more folks joined. If you have any questions, you guys can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Ask a question in regards to school.
Mm-hmm.
So hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So Scoop. If you do like the Scoop Connect, and you write the JDBC is to MySQL,
Yes.
and it,
Yeah, go ahead. Hello.
hello.
Yeah, Tavia, we can hear you.
I was saying like it's to MySQL, it's to the host name, and the 3306 is it default for all like host names?
No. It is default for the MySQL database. So MySQL database runs on 330. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Hello, Putana. You can ask questions if you have any.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So the question from Putana is, can you explain the difference and RDDs, or are they same? They are not exactly same. RDD stands for Resilient Distributed Data Set, and that is the fundamental building block. The way data is distributed on multiple nodes in the cluster in a distributed fashion. Data frames is a wrapper on top of it, and data frames can be used only if we can define structure on those RDDs. If we cannot define structure on RDDs, we cannot use data frames. So if you have a structure on RDD, means if you have structure on data, and if you can define structure on these RDD or data in files, you can use more developer-friendly languages such as SQL to query data of it. So instead of creating table upfront in Hive Metastore or some other database, the data frames will facilitate that you create the schema or table at runtime, and then use your developer-friendly programming languages like SQL instead of writing plain Scala, Python, or Java code. You can use SQL on those data frames if RDDs can have the structure. So it only works on structured data. You can create RDD, you can create a data frame on top of it, and write SQL queries on top of SQL queries. And internally, data will be represented in RDD itself. And whenever that SQL query is executed, whatever processing happens will happen on RDD only. So data frames is just a wrapper on top of RDD to use developer-friendly interfaces such as SQL instead of dealing with RDD at lower level.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So Shiva is asking me a question. I am from Java background with 7 years of experience. Doing CCA 175 certification will help. After certification, will I be able to attend interviews? So certification will give some weight to your profile, but it need not mean that you will be able to attend interviews or you will be shortlisted in the interviews. Certification is just one part of it. You have to focus on other skills. CCA 175 covers Scoop, Hive, Spark, etc. So the foundation will be laid. But on top of it, you have to explore other skills also that are required as part of the job profile, and you have to prepare as per that job profile. Okay, so certification is different, and getting job is different. You need to have a lot more skills, but as part of the screening process, certification will help you a little bit, and also by focusing on the certification, you can narrow the scope and focus on core skills, and on top of it, you have to keep on updating the skills until you get the job. So from that context itself, I have created this course called Big Data Engineer Immersion course, which is much beyond the CCS 175. It gives a little bit overview about MapReduce. As you are a Java developer, I will highly recommend you to go to this one. And then when you go to the last topic in that in this lesson, here I have the plan explore map reduce in detail. As you are a Java developer, I will highly recommend to go through it, practice. Can you guys, for some reason, we are learning a lot of echo. Okay, so on.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Yeah. So you have to go through these topics as well. Just creating the CCA clearing the CCA 175 is not enough. You have to do POCs, and you have to keep on preparing. And even though the market is good in big data, entry is not very straightforward. With 1 or 2 months, you might not be able to get there. You have to put consistent effort. Okay. So you are you guys?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, put another. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, can you please explain what the industry is expecting as of now? Like, what is the level of skills they're expecting in each, like Hive, Scoop, and all?
So, how many years of experience you are having?
4 years, sir.
And are you based out of India or US?
India, sir.
Okay. So, what industry is expecting, I will talk some other time because this session is primarily for MS students and engineering students who are following my course already or who want to pursue this course. So I will talk on that a little bit later. Okay. That being said,
No problem. Okay.
That being said, what I have done is I have done some market analysis, and I have gone through all the big data profiles and one of big data job descriptions, and one of the job description which have a lot more prominence over the others is big data engineer. And anyone who have 5 to 12 years of experience are a good fit for that. And these are the skills which they need to explore, and this will lay the foundation. It will cover almost 60-70% of the skills required. On top of that, wherever there are gaps, you just have to keep on preparing until you get the job. Okay. So if you have the follow-up, we can take it a little bit later. So let me take this question of Tavia. Hello, Tavia. So the question from Tavia is, in dynamic partition, can you partition by example state equal to PA? Yes, we can do that. It is pretty straightforward. You just have to create a partition as state, and I think I have some material already. So if you go to my GitHub account, I will paste this link in the chat in a moment once I identify where my code snippets are. So EDW. So now, so I'm checking if I have any here. No, I don't have. Yeah, but it is very straightforward. You can create it. There is no issue. Okay. So any other question?
Hello.
Yes, Tabia.
So in that case, do you have to subtract, or what do you do about like PA? The state is called to PA. Do you have to use substring?
Okay, so you need to have data like this. If you want to, either you can use substring if you, but if you have strings like Pennsylvania or or whatever the state name is, like Texas, if you have it in full form, and if you have to give the, if you want to create the partition like this, then you need to have the lookup. That's the better way of doing it rather than using substring. So you need to have where you have the stateful name, okay, and then you can join table where you have with this small table where you have the stateful name and state shortcode. Extract the state shortcode from there, and then insert into the partition table to create the dynamic partitions.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't recommend to use substring for states. You have to have a lookup table separately. So, any other question? Whoever is on the YouTube, sorry, YouTube live, you guys either can come on to the WebEx meeting, or you can ask questions from here. So I'm a final year student pursuing Master of Computer Application in India. I wanted to develop a project on big data using Spark and Scala API. I have seen your CCA 175 material. So go ahead, what is the question you have? Or you can actually join the WebEx invitation. And when you join the WebEx invitation, you don't need to dial in using the mobile number. What you have to do is, it will look like this. You can connect through audio also by clicking on this. Okay, so if you want to, you can join the session. The link is just about your comment, and you can ask the question directly also if you have any question with respect to it, with respect to building a project using Spark and Scala API.
And also, I have a question in how to read a sequence file in Spark.
Mm-hmm.
So if you use scoop to generate a sequence file,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason I tried to read it in Spark, but I couldn't read it because the sequence file format came as long writable. So I don't know if there's any way to read it.
Yeah, go ahead. What is the question?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying I was trying to read a sequence file in Spark.
Okay.
But the file format I use scoop to import a sequence file.
Okay.
But I couldn't read it using like the class of int or class of, after like I did imported like import from I did imported like the but I couldn't read it.
Okay, let me show you. It is possible. Are you using Scala or Python?
So I use scoop to import
no,
sequence file.
To read in Spark, are you using Scala or Python?
I use I think I tried both.
Okay.
But you can do both, whatever. Scala.
Okay.
Spark, yeah.
So you have used like this class of.
Yeah, I did a class of along the writable and class of. I try even test. I overchange it. I did like I play around with it, but it couldn't work out because I don't know whether because it was a scoop format sequence. So I don't know. I couldn't. I don't know if you can import just any file using like a scoop.
Okay.
Sequence file and try to read it and let's see how it works.
Try null writable here.
Yeah, I did that. It didn't work.
Okay. So send me the steps which you have executed. I will share my email ID. I will try to reproduce that and see if I can figure it out.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, my email ID is training@itversity.com.
Thank you.
Okay. So Vishal, that's fine. You can't reach me on WebEx. So I don't know. Your question is too generic. You have to be specific. What you are looking for. If your question is whether you can use CCA 175 material or something else, or your question is completely different. If it is related to project, you have to be more specific. Okay. So thank you very much, Pramod and others. I think Pramod is already left. Putana, Tavia, whoever have joined, thank you very much. So with respect to career counseling, you guys can reach out to me at training@itversity.com, and I will share my number. We can have a short discussion, and we can take it from there. Okay. Okay, so we'll be wrapping up very soon. So if you want to stay back, you can stay. If you want to drop off, you can drop off. I will take this final question from Vishal, and then I will wrap up today's session. So again, Vishal, if you have some requirement and if you're struck with some technical issue, I can help. Okay. Reach out to me at training@itversity.com, and we will take it from there. Because whatever you are asking is not the purpose of this call. This call is primarily whoever is following my Big Data Engineer Immersion course into some issues. I want to clarify their issues. Okay. Okay, then thank you very much. I'll be wrapping up the session. Have a nice one. Bye. And whoever is on the Hangout or YouTube Live, if you like the video, click on the like button. If you want to, please use the comment section of the video. And I'll be, if you want to be part of my WebEx meeting, just send me an email or fill the form, not send the email. I will share the form as part of the annotation. You can fill that form, and I will send the WebEx invitation. That being said, thank you. Bye.